Welcome back to the Romanian River channel and my playthrough of Divinity Original Sin 1. Let's see what Esmeralda has to hide. Besides some pork. We may or may not be cleaning her out.
Fastened tighter than the treasury.
I'm actually curious how much damage did that do to my... Wow. Let's actually eat some ham, you know, start getting an idea what each effect is. Okay, so eating pork gives us a slight disadvantage in terms of movement. A needle in a haystack. There's a secret door here. Let's check out here. Very important. There's gotta be something in here. Something I'm missing. should be. No wall light fixtures, as far as I can see. No clue what that noise was either. And is there any other way to enter there? Not there it is.
Ah, so that's what that did. Dagger. Could this have been involved in the crime?
It certainly piques one's interest, doesn't it?
Let's take a look. Can you identify this? Nope, you cannot. Just in case anything breaks, you know? Now let's check books. Books. Where did the books go? There. I'm expecting this to get bloody. Cause yeah, wait a minute. Okay.
We'll have none of that, you hear?
Before we go rushing off to do anything, let's make sure she is the guilty party. For that we need to get to Captain R. And actually, let's check. Boom, babe.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tull you right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
Private. Sir, no, sir.
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Shut about face. Do the barracks. Not.
It is difficult for me to claim humanity as you do. I am still learning to see myself in the faces of those I meet. And those I meet do not always see themselves in me. It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me.
Good. Let's see about outfitting her.
Funny, Private.
She seems like the bow and arrow type, so... Where are the arrows and bows?
Those boats that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boats that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boats that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boats that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
to embarrass a bridge drone. Get to Shining Rig.
Good.
Sorry, sir.
So now we have a hot blonde in the group, who is also an animal. Hopefully she's both in and out of a specific area I'm thinking of right now.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear? If you must. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all. How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Sicil stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Sicil.
Lovely individual.
We are the pride of Rivalon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably. I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion. Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next. I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicil. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into driveling hordes of their own misshapen number. Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot.
Okay, so question is, do those golden things go directly to... Because I do remember I picked up a lot of golden shit. But no. That's for later.
Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you!
Okay, we're doing quite well.
Recruits, that was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About this! To the barracks! Not!
Okay.
Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes, if ever there was one. I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation, but truth be told, the Legion could use your help as well. We've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory, and I'm afraid I must admit they've met with very little success. The undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent civilians of Sicil after all. No longer do I feel that way, though. Too many of my soldiers have fallen. The dead must be put down without mercy, if we can.
Just taking a nice good look. Speed. That is much better. Much better.
The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your muscles and test the waters before blindly diving to your death. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. It's very sweet of you that you are trying to get these men a job, but I'm afraid they're not Legion material. Sure, they can tie a knot and blow a whistle like the best of them, but even with a sword in their hands, they wouldn't stand a chance against the undead, and I don't want any more blood on my hands. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact of Volunteers, 3 expeditions were launched to do just that, but so far, none of their participants have returned.
Oh, cock.
3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation: the lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places fraught with danger all. There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. The Sicilians razed it, and built a church for the 7 instead, supposedly to symbolize the victory of the gods over evil sorcery. All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead rose, that is when they were first spotted. Hence the expedition. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a place as any to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say? A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge on the subject may prove to be of use to them. There's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs, overlooking the sea. No man has gone there in a decade, and yet a light shines from its pinnacle every night.
Shite.
The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out whether or not those are mere tall tales. I fear for their safety. So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do whatever it takes to go home, which is why I personally sign their transfer orders the moment they make it back from a mission behind enemy lines. The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you see. So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful, they just bought themselves a boat ride home. Lieutenant Selenia at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second in command, but rest assured I am a lot more kindly inclined towards source hunters than he is. Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition, and even rivalry between our orders, but I for one have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, source hunter. A gift and a blessing. Only heroes such as yourself can make a true difference in this troubled part of the world. Such is my honest conviction.
Okay. Interesting state of affairs in this fair city. But at least now we have an idea where to head.
Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops.
Chicken! Don't let that rooster escape! He's already on the menu for tonight!
Yeah.
True story indeed. Perhaps we too can have a bite later.
Shame, but that happens.
That was close. Thanks for catching Fidgety Jack here. I guess he got nervous when I mentioned drumsticks. Let's have that bird then, shall we? Our troops are mighty hungry. Come to see what delectable dish I've crafted from that pesky poultry, have you? I'm Chef Maurice, the one and only culinary connoisseur capable to make a dish for an army with little more than a single chicken. Come to see what delectable dish I've crafted from that pesky poultry, have you?
Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after.
But I like my current cap, so no. We need steel to make some of that stuff we have. In the recipe inventory, that is. There we go. Finally found that thing. Let's not get fucked over, so cloth, not my type. Nice music in this game, to be honest. Should have went the other way. Now let's dole out some caps for our lads, Gabrielle and Barbola, whatever her name is. Also give Barbola her hat. Should have a short sword too, and that. There we go. Nice and rounded, more or less. Let's quickly outfit the ladies as much as possible, at least. I would like the ability to have alternate, but yeah. Okay, that'll be it for today though, ladies and gentlemen, because we are at... Wow. We are at 32 minutes right now. Thank you for watching, and until next time, buff the...